94 de partido. ¡Se acabó! ¡Se acabó! ¡El milagro!
The euphoria and the feelings of pride and excitement were incredible, even from thousands and thousands of miles away.
I remember, running into sprinting into the ocean and doing a nosedive into the ocean, and it was one of the greatest moments of my life. And I wasn't even in the stadium.
Go play soccer? Luca? Come on, let's go play soccer. Go! Kick! Yay! Yay!
My name's Steve Nash. I was fortunate enough to play 18 plus years in the NBA. Well, I was drafted by the Phoenix Suns after 4 years of university. I played 2 years in Phoenix, went on to play 6 years in Dallas, came back and played 8 more years in Phoenix, and then finished with 2 years here in Los Angeles for the Lakers. Although I made a career in basketball, my first word was goal, and my parents were from London, and we grew up in a football crazy household with British parents on the west coast of Canada. Robert Sarver is the managing partner of the Phoenix Suns. Andy Kohlberg is, I think, the second biggest investor in the Phoenix Suns.
And the more I got into the NBA, the more I thought of the parallels with soccer and what a good investing in soccer would be. And then I had the experience of watching 3 boys play soccer all through growing up. So that introduced me to the sport.
I got to spend 8 years playing for them, so I got to know them very well. They knew my love for football and soccer. They have a lot of experience in professional sports.
Getting a chance to know Steve, when he played for the Suns, and being able to see how he views sports and what a professional he is, we thought he'd be a good partner for us. And he loves soccer, and so it was kind of a natural fit. So we started talking about looking at a club and got him involved early on.
And I think it was a nice opportunity for them to bring in someone that's super passionate about football, that has, in some ways, is known for being a huge fan of the game, and they could use their expertise to help commercialize the club in an advantageous way. So when the opportunity arose for me to get involved with the Mallorca project, my first question is, can my friend be involved?
My name's Stu Holden. I grew up, I was born in Scotland, and as a kid I grew up playing football. I would go to the island of Mallorca on vacation. As a kid I moved to the United States at the age of 10 and went on to have a professional career in the United States playing in Major League Soccer, and then also in the Premier League with a team called Bolton.
He knows more about the game than me. He has an incredible passion and experience in the game. And I thought this would be something that I could add, in a sense, is bringing someone else in America that has a great following, but also a great experience and understanding of the modern game, and they could add something to the ownership group.
When I had the opportunity presented to me from Steve to be a part of an ownership group for a professional soccer team in Europe, it was a no-brainer. It was a dream come true, and one that I got into with low expectations, but also exciting to be a part of something and building something that we could be proud of when we looked back on it, however many years down the line, and how long we were going to be a part of this project. And lucky to be involved in an ownership group with guys like Andy and Robert and Steve and Kyle that share the same type of passion and energy for the sport that I have had all these years.
Mallorca was, I think, the third opportunity we looked at in Spain, and we really liked what we saw. This is a club from a small island separated off the coast of Spain in the Mediterranean. It has a beautiful culture. It's a wonderful place to visit, and it's just not your typical club.
This is a club that has 103 years of history. It has, Copa del Rey, some famous players, guys like Samuel Eto'o that have played for the club, a built-in fan base, a stadium, a passion and energy.
Once you take a look deeper and understand what it is that this club has stood for and accomplished, it's fascinating. We bought the team, I think it was like January 4th, and so we had half a season left, and we won on the road the last game of the year to stay in the division, which, it's like, whew. So we're thinking, okay, we're only going to go up from here, we're going to build, and we've got to, move forward. And of course, we go down.
It was the worst and the best thing to happen to us at the same time.
Our plan was always to get up to La Liga, and we just said, okay, it's still our plan. It's going to take a little bit longer now. It's kind of like building a house. You have to build the foundation before you build the walls and the roof. And so we've taken a methodical approach to trying to build that foundation.
We were able to learn a lot about ourselves, about the division.
To bring people in that were passionate about this project, passionate about what Mallorca could be.
It was a chance to reset.
It just so happened that that season went incredibly well.
And we were able to go straight back to the second division. I think when we went from third to second, we weren't saying, okay, we got to get up to first now. We're thinking, okay, we're back in second. We're in segunda. Let's not go back down, because we just had the traumatizing experience of going down to the third division. Halfway through the year, you're sniffing around the playoff picture. You're thinking, this couldn't be true, is it? Surely enough, the second half of the year, the team built momentum and confidence and putting ourselves in a position where we're going to make the playoffs. And so by the end of the year, when it actually, became a reality and we're going to play off to play in the Liga, it was an incredible, I got goosebumps just thinking about how exciting it was and how proud we were of the club. We lost the first leg in La Coruña 2-0. So we go home with the slim hopes that we could find our way into the division. But I don't know, there was always a feeling about our team that we wouldn't give up and that there had a little something special about us, that we had the players, the connectivity, the feeling that we could continue to battle and fight and create an opportunity.
So we decided to get all of our friends together in Manhattan Beach pub where Steve knew one of the owners. We bought everybody t-shirts. We printed these Vamos Mallorca shirts. And after 20 minutes, Steve and I looked at each other and thought, we have a chance here.
Dani Rodríguez.
And then we scored the first goal.
Tremendo, ojo ante Budimir. ¡Gol!
And then we scored the second goal. Salva Sevilla scored this wonderful free kick.
Desde ahí. Allá va. Es Salva Sevilla.
Manolo Reina made a 50 million euro save in the last 10-15 minutes that I still don't know how he did it.
And at that point now we're starting to really dream about, we're 20 minutes away from potentially being in La Liga, which was never in the realm of possibilities when we first got promoted into Segunda again. Then Abdon Prats, a local kid from the island of Mallorca, had been in our academy, comes off the bench and scores this third goal.
Con Abdon Prats, más de Abdon Prats, el golpeo.
So that next 5 minutes, I think, was just filled of nerves, and all of us could barely watch.
En el primer palo a Reina y ahí la tuvo el Depor.
94 de partido. ¡Se acabó! ¡Se acabó! ¡El milagro! ¡Por supuesto que era posible! ¡El Mallorca es nuevo equipo de la Liga Santander! ¡Ha remontado el 2-0 de Riazor! ¡Ha ganado en un partidazo 3-0 contra año en que volvían de la segunda división B, se vuelven a...
The euphoria and the feelings of pride and excitement were incredible, even from thousands and thousands of miles away.
Our friends had already ordered bottles of champagne, and we just took them out and spraying in euphoria. It was one of the greatest moments of my life, and I wasn't even in the stadium. I remember we're FaceTiming and calling Robert and Andy, and Andy's telling me, he's like, Robert's in tears, and we're crying here in the stadium, and you won't believe the fans are running up to us, they're shaking our hands, and we're being lifted and paraded around this stadium like we're kings. And these are successful businessmen. These are guys that own a professional basketball team in Phoenix, have had successful careers, but they have said they'd never experienced any single moment or feeling like they did when Mallorca got promoted to La Liga.
It's difficult when you raise the level. We have 6 players that played for us, started for us in the 3rd division, or starting for us here in La Liga. So that's a big jump.
With the San Moix and the training grounds as well.
Look out.
Charging in, Lago Jr.
Nicely.
Rolling it into the corner with a brilliant goal.
Magisterial. Lago Jr. pushes Real Madrid back.
Mallorca had 1 championship medal amongst the whole team when we played against Real Madrid, a team which had 121 winners' medals amongst the 11 that started the game that day, and we were able to beat them 1-0.
The final whistle. Mallorca 1, Real Madrid nothing.
The short-term vision is to become a stable La Liga team. Now you can start to build a platform to tell your stories around the world and grow your fan base. But again, the most important thing before you get to global brands and strategies is how do you create a great culture and football club where your product on the field is consistent and difficult to play against and is able to be successful year after year in one of the greatest divisions in the world.
We try to travel to the island 4 times a year. We are always joking with Vicente, our coach. We say, hey, jefe, podemos jugar? Like every single training we said, can we play? And what we found now is whenever we go to the island, we train every day, but we train with the B team. It's the only way I think you can really understand what's going on with coaching, with training, with talking to the players, is being involved on a day-to-day.
The long-term goal is to grow the club into a globally recognized brand. A club that people, around the world will say, yeah, I know that club. They had that wonderful story where they got double promotion and were in La Liga, and they've been there ever since. It is important. It is something that we want to give our fans, is that their club and their badge, something to be proud of the world over.
I think American fans could learn to love Mallorca because there's an appreciation, I believe, by North American fans, towards teams that, the underdog story, a team that was essentially ripped apart and left with nothing and has rebuilt in a way that is genuine, it's organic, it's authentic.
For American fans, if they want to become a fan of a Spanish football team, Mallorca would be, that would be the cool one to decide on.
We're gonna walk, turn around, and go back now. Okay, you want a shoulder ride? I can't go to the beach. It's nap time for you. Whoa!
Got at least one.
Another shoulder?